Is your body signaling that there is something wrong? Well, it might be, but it just depends on if you're paying attention to whether you see that signal or hear that signal and subsequently do something about it, or you just keep on with your life and keep walking to a uncertain future. So firstly, grip strength is a big one. A lack of grip strength or a loss of grip strength is a predictor of all-cause mortality, especially in men. If your grip strength is down, that indicates your total body strength is down. That indicates your energy reserves are down. So if you used to be fairly strong and you find that your grip strength is lacking, and one of the things you may notice this in is if you are shaking hands with somebody and you feel like somebody's crushing your hand and that never used to be the case, then that could well be something that is going on in your system. This is something I've noticed in one of my friends actually. He's now 60, and in the last few years his grip strength while shaking hands has decreased dramatically. I've had to be a whole lot more cautious when shaking his hand that I don't grip it too firmly. Now, this is a guy who has been a personal trainer his entire life, always into fitness and all of those things. Why has he lost his grip strength? A lot of that comes down to multiple surgeries, hip replacement, shoulder reconstruction, a full year or more of recovery. Basically, the body just hasn't had a chance to recover from any of that. So we kind of know what's going on there. But what about you? What's been going on in your life that may have caused this lack of grip strength? Is it you've been working too hard or pushing too much for so long, or you've just been neglecting your own health? Have you not been exercising? Whatever it is, doesn't matter so much. What matters is, if this has happened, it's a strong signal that you need to do something about it. Some sort of health issue is present and it's time to take some action. Next one, erectile dysfunction. Getting pretty common. Is that something that has happened only in the last, say, 6 to 12 months? Is it something that happens occasionally, or is it something that happens more regularly? Because that could be a predictor that there is something not so good with your heart health. And if it's not just your heart health, maybe it is your circulation, your blood system, which could include your oxygen system. If there's not enough oxygen in your blood, then that's going to cause issues with this. So that's something to look at. One of the signs when you do not have enough oxygen in the blood, or you are going through this, could possibly be too much toxicity in your system. When you have too much toxicity in your system, it means that you're not getting as much oxygen in there, and this could be a potential cause for it. So, is it time to get your heart checked? Possibly. Is it time to go and see the doctor? Probably. But just make sure you get to the bottom of it, because yes, it could be something that is major with like a heart issue, but it could also be something that is major but not seen so often as some sort of blood issue and or blood toxicity issue. Now, if you talk to your doctor about it, unfortunately, they're not going to give you any time of day. They're not going to pay any attention to that, not trained in that sort of thing. They're pretty much not interested, but regardless, you need to go and get checks just to see where you're at. They may be able to identify something far earlier than waiting for a heart attack or a stroke or some sort of heart issue to turn up. That's the last thing that we want. Next thing, a change in bathroom habits. Do your number twos either not want to come out, or do they come out like a mudslide? Is there any consistency in your stool? Is it the same from day to day, time to time, or is it something that varies so much that is inconsistent? Does it take way too long to go number two? Does it hurt? you're getting hemorrhoids because you're having to push so hard. All of these things are possible signs that there is something not going very well with your digestive system, and that will need to be worked on ASAP, because your immune system is in your gut. If your gut's falling apart, then that's not good. That's like an urgent red flag. Do something about this right away. Gut health just controls everything in your life, whether you see it or not. So getting on top of that, very important. Very, very important. So some of the things you may be finding with that is leaky gut, where the lining of your digestive system is allowing toxins to leak into your bloodstream and causing that extra toxicity, which then causes tiredness, brain fog, a whole lot of lack of energy, lack of strength, all sorts of things. On top of that, you also have potential toxicity, because anytime that you are getting the toxins leaking in there, that can be problematic. You have potentially problems with parasites, candida, other fungus, virus, bacteria in your gut that's overgrown. So you might hear candida overgrowth or parasite infections. That sort of thing can be causing all sorts of issues in your gut. And if you've got them in overgrowth, that also can cause even more toxicity, slowing your system down, more brain fog, etc., etc. And finally, what's the other one? Oh look, brain fog's hit me already, so it's gone. But you will have multiple things that could be going on in your digestive system that really need to be addressed ASAP. Unexplained shortness of breath. So if you are getting out of breath when going for a walk or walking upstairs, or you're used to exercising, maybe you play a social sport or something, and you just do not have the same cardio capacity that you used to, and you don't really understand why, this could be a red flag, something to look at, as you need to do something about it ASAP, because that could be another sign that is cardiovascular system not working so well, heart not working so well, heart health not going so great, blood not working so well. There are multiple reasons for why it could be happening, but it is a matter of trying to get to the bottom of that. Little dog, so good. Night sweats. Are you getting night sweats? If so, that is a sign that your hormonal system may have some issues going on with it. You should not be breaking into sweats at night time, but if your hormonal system is out of balance, then that is something you need to look at right away. That could be out of balance because of stress. It could be out of balance because of a change in job, diet, lifestyle, whatever. But regardless of what it is, it needs to be looked at ASAP. So if you're finding that any of these things are happening for you, go and get a checkup ASAP. Go see your GP, get them to do some tests on you and find out what's going on, because you are better to get this looked at right away than let it drag on out and get worse and worse and worse. I mean, realistically, you should be going and getting a checkup from the GP on a regular basis, getting some regular blood tests, and this could be every 6 months, every 12 months. If you're up over 40, I mean, at least every 12 months you should be getting some blood tests done. So it's a matter of you taking the initiative to go there and say, hey, look at this. I don't feel right, something isn't right, I need some help. Go and ask, get them to run some tests. If they tell you everything's okay and you're telling them everything is not okay, go and see another doctor, because you're right and you know you better than you. If you can't find a doctor that helps, go and see a naturopath. I am a big fan of naturopaths and the work that they do. They can do different testing to allow you to see where your system's at and test these other areas that the doctors don't always want to test or aren't allowed to test. Then they can take that information, work with that, and work on a specific protocol to help you get back to feeling your best. As I said, I'm a big believer in naturopaths. If you're not sure who to ask, I can refer you to a naturopath who can work with you in person or online. She is amazing. I've been working with her for the last 10, 15 years or something. Totally worth its weight in gold, because once you have all of your personal information, you know where you're at, you know where your body's at. You can see exactly what your scorecard is. There's nothing to hide. You can work on that specifically, get to the bottom of it, and move on with your life. Go and do more of the fun stuff again, because that's really what it's all about. That's all I have to say for today. Have a good one.